Hello everyone. I invite you to continue this series of calm reflections on the book Our Home by André Luiz, a spiritual account of life after death, responsibility, and the maturation of consciousness through work. Chapter 39 is titled, Listening to Mrs. Laura. This is one of the most reflective and spiritually mature chapters in this part of the book. It does not describe dramatic events or rescue work in Umbral. Instead, it reveals something very important: how difficult human experiences, especially those related to love, jealousy, marriage, and forgiveness, fit into the long journey of the soul's evolution. In many ways, this chapter continues the story of Tobias. But this time André Luiz seeks to understand the situation more deeply. That is why he turns to Mrs. Laura for guidance. After the events in Tobias's home, André Luiz cannot stop thinking about what he witnessed. The story of Tobias, Hilda, and Luciana raises many questions in his mind. On one hand, he sees remarkable harmony and brotherhood among them. On the other hand, he feels that he himself would not be capable of acting in such a way. The thought that someone might take the place of his beloved wife Zelia feels very difficult for him to accept. These reflections disturb his inner peace. So he decides to visit Lygia's and speak with his mother, Mrs. Laura. He deeply trusts her wisdom and experience. Mrs. Laura receives him kindly and calmly. At the very beginning of their conversation, she says something very important. Every problem that troubles the soul should be discussed in an atmosphere of friendly cooperation. Only then can true understanding emerge. She explains that Tobias's situation is not unique. Similar situations occur frequently in the spiritual world. However, their meaning can only be understood when life is viewed from the perspective of the long evolutionary journey of the soul. Mrs. Laura reminds André that humanity has spent many centuries passing through stages close to animal instinct. Instincts, attachments, and emotional reactions do not disappear immediately after death. The spirit needs time to learn the true meaning of love, responsibility, and freedom. Within this context, an important reflection arises about sexuality and human relationships. Mrs. Laura explains that the capacity for love and union between beings is part of the divine heritage of the spirit. However, humanity is still learning how to understand and live this gift properly. For this reason, experiences related to love, marriage, and attachment are often complex. They cannot always be judged through simple categories of good and evil. Mrs. Laura then explains something even more significant. The story of Tobias represents a victory of true brotherhood. 3 souls managed to rise above past conflicts and find a path of mutual understanding. Yet not everyone succeeds in doing so. In Umbral there are many spirits who cannot forgive or accept reality. They remain trapped in hatred and attachment to past grievances. Until they learn true brotherhood, they cannot enter more harmonious spiritual communities. Mrs. Laura also explains what happens to souls who cannot resolve their conflicts. After long periods of suffering, they eventually return to life on earth. Reincarnation offers them a new opportunity. Often they return to life precisely among those individuals with whom they remain in conflict. Family bonds formed on earth frequently serve as opportunities for spiritual reconciliation. This is why Jesus taught that we should reconcile with our adversaries as quickly as possible. Not only for the benefit of others, but above all for the well-being of our own soul. Later in the conversation, Mrs. Laura touches on another delicate subject. She speaks about the profound spiritual significance of experiences related to love and sexuality. Every such experience carries spiritual consequences. For this reason, it requires responsibility, awareness, and deep respect for the other person. Where true transformation is to occur, brotherhood must always come first. Mrs. Laura also recalls a thought from one of the spiritual instructors. He once said that if he could return to earth for just a moment, he would tell religious people one simple truth: that no love for one's neighbor can truly be divine unless it is built upon genuine brotherhood. Chapter 39 reminds us of several important truths. That spiritual life is a long process of learning and transformation. That forgiveness is not merely a matter of words. True forgiveness requires a transformation of the heart. That conflicts between people often return through new life experiences until they are genuinely resolved. And that true brotherhood is one of the most fundamental laws of spiritual evolution. This is a very calm chapter, yet profoundly deep. It shows that the greatest challenge in spiritual life is not acquiring knowledge. It is learning true brotherhood. And it leaves us with an important question. Are we truly able to forgive those who have hurt us? Or do we only speak about forgiveness while still carrying old wounds in our hearts? In the next chapter, André Luiz will continue discovering the laws of spiritual life within the colony. The journey continues. See you soon.